Hello. A little bit. I'm going to be finishing recording my upcoming music track that I'm super excited about. I'm going to be on Spotify with my friend Maddie. It's going to be my first released. Oh, hello. What's up, Kyle? It's going to be my first Jared. We've got lots of friends in here today. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yeah, was just talking about how I have my first ever music track being released in a few weeks, and I'm super excited about it. This is definitely an edge for me. Leaning into my voice over the last couple of years has been scary and exciting, and yeah, my friend asked me if I wanted to be a part of his upcoming EP and asked me to be the vocals on one of his tracks. So, that being said, I'm going to be on Spotify. Pretty dope. Jared, yeah, dude, it's already epic, and we have a little bit more editing to do, but it's going to be great. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about my music track today. I am here to eat some grapes, because I love grapes, and drink my everyday dose, because, I love my mug. But no, in reality, happy Thursday. It is Thursday, which means I am here for Ask Me Anything. Every Thursday, I come on here and hold space. Thank you, Cherie. Cherie. I don't want to pronounce that wrong. I apologize if I did. It's one of those two, I believe. But yes, every Thursday, I come in here and I am present with you. And I talk about what's coming up in my world, because chances are you might be resonating with something in your world. And it's a space for you to come in here, to ask your questions, to get free support from me. This is literally free coaching, free support, free reflections, like whatever it is that I can support you with. If there's something coming up in your world, like I'm here to do that and start to bring you into my community and help you help others, right? Because when you can offer reflections to others, which you do just by getting to talk about your world and your life and your challenges and all the amazing things happening and also all the really challenging things happening, it allows others to better see themselves. Intimacy is a huge part of my world. Into me, I see, right? And through the eyes of another, you get to more clearly see yourself. Through the reflections of another, you get to more clearly see yourself. And so when it comes to healing, when it comes to growth, when it comes to expanding yourself, finding your voice, stepping into your power, like optimizing community, when it comes to building your life in the way that you want to, we get to take down all the walls that are keeping us trapped. We get to remove the shackles that are holding us down. And so doing that alone can be really challenging. So I'm here to support you as you heal, as you grow. So if anything is coming up for you, if you have any questions about anything happening in your world, any questions about your health, your relationships, your business, if you have any questions about your mindset or meditation or eating and nutrition, like I'm here for it. Because what's really cool about my experience and my past is that I've done a lot of things. So not only am I here to support with chronic pain and pain management and inflammation and holistic health and healing, but I also do a lot of work when it comes to subconscious reprogramming, when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to inner child work, when it comes to trauma healing, when it comes to optimizing relationships. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, I'm only 30 years old and I've had all these crazy experiences in my life that I'm super grateful for, that have allowed me to be in a space where I get to support others and be a reflection. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to offer guidance so that you can come back home to yourself, so that you can look deeper within yourself, and so that you can determine and discern what is best for you. It's not what's best for me. It's not what's best for your family. It's not what's best for your friends or your business partner or anyone else in your life. What matters is that it's best for you. And so that's the kind of coach I am. Is I'm here to hold the space and to offer reflection so you can come home to you and make the most informed decision based off of what is best for you and what you want and what you desire and what is in alignment for you. So we got a question here. How do you fight through low energy and just not feeling motivated? I'm experiencing a lot of hot and cold starts. Super revved up, then feeling stuck again. Sherry, are you open to hopping in here and chatting with me a little bit live? I have a couple of questions for you to help you move through some of these like ups and downs. So if you are willing and open to coming on in and chatting for a minute, I would love to talk to you. I'm going to request. No worries. I can touch on this from where I'm at. But having a little bit more clarity would be helpful. So let me know if you'd like to come on in. I'll invite you here. We've got Hannah in here. Hello, Hannah. There she is.
Oh my
Hello.
God, I've never been on camera and I'm totally not dressed, but I want to, let's see, how do I put just my picture up?
I'm not sure, but you can leave it. If you don't want to show your face, you can leave it pointing at the ceiling if that feels good for you.
Okay, let's do that. I can do that. Oh my God, I've never been online.
Welcome. I'm super happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just want to like honor you for like leaning into an edge, which is where we grow, right?
Oh, this is a
Yeah.
thick edge.
let that noise free, girl. Let that voice free. Well, I'm happy to have you here. I'd love to hear a little bit more about what's coming up for you. You said you're kind of battling some of these ups and downs and maybe noticing like you have to keep restarting.
Yes, that's exactly kind of what it feels like. I feel like I'm going to use the term universe. I'm not sure, however people identify with spirit or whatever, but I feel like I have this idea of in my mind of how my life should be, how I should be, what I should be doing at this point, what I should be up to. And I moved from one state to another, and I thought once I got there, I was just going to make it happen. It was just going to all happen just the way I'm visioning it, because I'm a master, a manifester, and I got this thing. And it's like everything I had planned is like, no, honey child, that is not what we're doing. And it's you know how herders sort of herd cattle, like, nope, you're going this way. And you're like, no, I'm trying to go this way. Nope, you're going this way. And it's so uncomfortable. And I've done a lot of work over the years, and I keep like having this, I'm in this space where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And it's just, okay, I'm rambling. It's just not, it's not happening the way I'm seeing it. And I'm trying to be open and, okay.
Thank you for sharing. I want to just like for a moment, just like invite you to take a nice like deep breath with me. Let's take 3 of them.
All right.
Okay, ready? We'll take one in, breathing in, and all the way out. Let's do 2 more. Breathing all the way in, and letting it out. Then 1 more, all the way into your lower belly. Holding it for a moment, just noticing what you feel in your body and letting it go. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing and just honoring you for the awareness that you have, right? Like you're noticing that you've taken all these steps, right? There she is.
Okay.
I love seeing your face.
Oh my God, my hair, girl, my hair. Okay.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, one of the things that I hear in your share is this word should. And I think oftentimes that word should can get us into trouble because you also mentioned, right, great spirit, God, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it, to whoever's listening here. I think what happens is when we use that word should, especially when we're talking about our path, right, and what's best for us, I think oftentimes it can disconnect us from that aligned path that we are being guided
by spirit to walk. And I'm curious to know a little bit more when you say all these things that I should be doing, right? The way that my life should be. Where did you learn some of these ways? Like, is this what's coming from your heart, or is this what society and family and maybe people from the past have been like, oh, like it should look like this?
Um, that's a good question. I think that I can't look because I'm looking at myself. I think I think that message is coming from me because I think that um, I think I'm comparing myself. I'm comparing where my loved ones are, where things. I think yeah.
Hmm.
That, so it feels like it comes from me, but it might be a bigger sort of thing from society though, because they have all these things about age and milestones and markers, and you should at this point and by this point and all of that, and so
Hmm.
maybe it's
Yeah,
both.
that's a beautiful realization. I'm just gonna add something in here real quick. Just be mindful of where your finger is on the bottom of your phone because the microphone sometimes prevents
Oh,
me from hearing you out. I'm like, there's your beautiful voice.
okay.
Yeah, right. This self comparison game is, you are not alone here, right? For even the coaches and the leaders at the top of the field, right, at the top of any field, like self comparison is so natural, and we all experience it. And I think that's a beautiful thing for you to realize, is that you are comparing people, right? Because the moment that you start comparing yourself to your family and your friends, does that lead you to feel good about exactly where you are on your path right now?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not it's not a practice that I attempt, but I feel like it's something subconsciously going
Mm-hmm.
on because I mean, comparison to me is just about this close to feelings of jealousy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I try and, you know, work with what actually is, like what is like what am I really feeling, like what is really the case. Is it the case that you have not accomplished? No, that is not the case. You have lots of beautiful things. You help lots of people. I'm an amazing person.
Yes,
You
you
know what I
are.
mean? So
Yes, you are.
it's not the case. So I'm on live. I've never been on live. with my hair completely not.
And you're
Girl, today
showing
is
up fully as you
yeah,
are. And
yeah.
that's what
Today is
it's about,
so.
right?
Thank you, Lay.
You're
Is it Leah?
welcome.
Lay?
Leah.
Thank
And
you,
and
Leah.
Cherie or Sherry?
Cherie.
Cherie, I knew it. So
Yeah. Thank you so
what
much.
I'm curious, can you remember, like, from your past, from your childhood, like, what are some experiences and memories that you have around, like, the comparison and maybe it coming with jealousy as well?
Ah. Oh. Well, something instantly
Mm,
pops up, and
tell me.
um, I I kind of feel bad because it's a mother story. It's
Hmm.
a mom. The mother wound
Hmm.
is
Deep.
deep. Um, and I have to say I love my mom and all of that. But when I was a child, my grandparents raised me, and um, with her in her absence and me sort of longing for her presence and the times when she wouldn't show up because she couldn't show up as a child, you don't understand that. Um, and so then there's a lot around that, right? Because now I'm thinking, well, it must be me. It must be something wrong with me. And I see X, Y, and Z. They have their mother. So
Mm.
so I think I mean, it goes all the way back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you find yourself like almost comparing yourself to other women or other children, being like, well, they have their mother, like, how can I have my mother, and what do I have to do, or who do I have to be to have her in my life as well? Like, is that something that
It
resonates?
does. I think it's just I think it, as the child mind, it's only natural. Like, that's my toy. No, it's my toy. Or that,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a lot. It sort of tries to simplify. Well, it must be this. It they must be better, or you know what I mean? Yeah.
So having this awareness, right, and like knowing where, first of all, it's really powerful to be able to connect a root to where is this thing, this pattern that's continuing to come up in your life right now? Like, what is it connected to? And usually, like, that first thing that comes to mind, or that most charged memory, is oftentimes like the root of what we continue to experience in that pattern. And so, given the awareness that you have, and given your understanding that there is some sort of connection here, right? You can remember feeling this for the first time back then when you were a child. If you close your eyes and tune in to just like that younger version of yourself, what was it that that younger version of yourself needed?
Hmm. I mean, just I'm gonna just go for
Mm,
security, you know.
yeah.
I'm just to sort of try to encompass it, just security. Now, my grandparents, beautiful people, very secure, beautiful house. Everybody thought I had it all, but it's not that in the things.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one on one, the sort of daily that you either get or don't get with the your parents, and anyway, oh girl,
The feminine wounds, they're deep, as we talked about,
yeah.
and they're a, a, a continuation from those mother wounds, and that's a big part of what I do with women, because we all have those feminine wounds. And so security, I'm hearing, is this thing that you are recognizing that you needed at the time, right? And I'm hearing there's also this connection with the feminine, right? Especially the mother, which is
Mhm.
reflected in the sisters. Do you feel like you have women in your world that you feel very secure with?
Um, I do, but I'm always, I'm always kind of looking. I'm always kind of wondering
Mm. Why?
because oh, this is so funny. Oh my God, I was about to say the same thing. There's a running story about me as a child where someone asked me, "Don't you trust me?" And I said, "I don't trust nobody." And I was about, that little girl in me was about to say that again. I don't trust anybody. I
Mm-hmm.
don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm having a therapy session online. Oh no.
So, what would it take? What would help you trust these women that are in your world?
What would help me trust women better in my world?
Is there something that you need more of to be able to lean into that trust?
I don't know. What would help me trust women more? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because I feel like I can't control for other
Mm-hmm.
people. I don't know. What would help me trust
What
women more?
if I phrase it in this way? What goes into trust for you? Is it communication? Is it physical touch? Is it quality time? Is it sharing in particular values?
Um, Trust. What goes into trust? Um, hmm, hmm, um, I think like experiencing like a resonance, like experiencing um feeling heard, like feeling like you get me, I get you, like feeling connected
Mm,
um is what helps me feel, trust. Yeah.
totally. And what helps you feel connected?
Then I feel safe.
Mhm. So if you think about like some of your best female friends in your world, some maybe friends, mentors, like what is it that makes you or allows you to feel connected with them?
Mm, deep conversations, being
Mhm.
able to sort of really, really tap in and feel connected. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm hearing like energetically, right? There's a resonance. I'm hearing that verbally, there's the ability to go deep into conversation. Sounds to me like things that are in alignment with your values. Maybe you share similar views on the world. Maybe it's somebody that you can just feel heard by, as you said, right? Just to listen to you and what you have to say without necessarily needing to change things, or give you a different way of thinking, right? Sometimes it can be helpful to just be like, to either ask for that or say, hey, I'm not looking for this. I'm just looking for somebody to listen. But I'm hearing that all these things go into this feeling of trust for you, right? And that feeling of trust is what supports that feeling of safety, right?
Hmm.
And that experience of trust and safety is not something that you had when you were younger. Does that sound about right?
Well, right. Not, I mean, I think that, again, my grandparents did a great job of trying to, you know, or not even trying, of um, doing, providing that, but the wounding that happens with the mother,
Mm-hmm.
that's like
Yeah.
isolated. So it's not that I can say, oh, I just didn't feel safe at all ever. No,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
did, right? But having that in that moment. But how does this translate to my hot and cold starts,
Mm-hmm.
my mornings? Like it's 1:30 now. And in a minute I'm gonna head out, get ready,
Mm-hmm.
head out to work. Love
Totally.
that.
Well,
But how does that translate to, maybe I'm looking at.
well, we talked about, right, seeking, how do I want to phrase this? We talked about being the shoulds. That's where this starts.
Mhm.
We talked about the shoulds. What should you do? And this comes back to that comparison pattern that you started when you were a child because you were trying to earn the love, the care, the respect, the safety, the trust from your mother, which you weren't getting, right? And so what I'm hearing is that it's perpetuating this pattern where you're continuing to be that younger version of yourself, that child that wasn't receiving that. And then it's leading you to continue to say, okay, what do I need to seek? What is it that I need to do to try to have and receive this experience, right? And so when we can come back to that inner child and recognize what that inner child needed, right? She maybe needed those deep conversations. She needed that safety in relationships. She needed that trust. And so the reason why I ask about the people in your world and the women in your life is when you can start to heal this wound within yourself and within the relationships around you, right? And not continue to seek out this external validation, right? And try to figure out what should I do to be this version of me so that I can have this, then it allows you to drop back into yourself. It allows you to drop into your heart. It allows you to be with the spirit, with the universe, with God, that is within you, that continues to keep you in this aligned place of this is what feels best for me, this is my path. And instead of comparing yourself to anyone from that's outside of you, you then get to a place where you can now only compare yourself to those past versions of you, right? Mm-hmm. And see where have you come, right? And honor yourself for exactly where you are in your path right now, because you're further than you were yesterday. You're further than you were 3 months ago. You're further than you were 3 years ago, you know? And so one of the things I'd love to invite you into is like thinking about these women in your world, thinking about the feminine in your life, and how is it that you can lean into those relationships with trust to build security, right? And sisters are the most healing thing that we have as women, right? Because they are our reflections of ourselves, and they allow us to see that we are enough just as we are, that we are complete and we are whole just as we are right here and right now. And so, you know, I want to invite you into thinking about some of these things and thinking about like, what is it that that younger version of yourself really needed that she didn't receive, right? Because if we can't fill those, like heal those wounds from the past, we have this void that we keep trying to fill with all these things. And now you're ending up in this place where you're like, I should be doing this thing. Now you're coming down on yourself and being hard on yourself and maybe getting frustrated and disappointed because you're trying to fill these voids with these external things, with these external experiences that other people say is the way to do it, but in reality, the only freaking way to do it is the way that feels right for you. So I want you to just for a moment, I want you to just like forget about all the things that you think you should do, like right now, today, this week. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to take a big breath and just tune into your heart. Notice how your heart feels right now. Close your eyes, tuning into your heart. Maybe putting a hand on your heart so that you can connect with it. Breathe into your heart. Do 2 more of those. Feeling your heart get a little bit stronger, a little bit more powerful with every breath in. One more. Keeping your eyes closed on the exhale. And when you tune in and when you feel into your heart, when you listen to your heart, what desire is on your heart? What is it that your heart is saying, this is what I want to lean into right now. This is what I want for me.
Rest.
How can you allow yourself to have that rest without being hard on yourself? You don't have to answer that right now. I want you to sit with that. Beautiful. Use that breath for a moment and just allow yourself to feel whatever's coming through you. That which we block from feeling holds us back from the things that our heart truly desires. We live in a world of so much doing. Especially as women, we forget to connect with the things that we can receive and the things that we deeply desire and need to nurture ourselves. And we can't keep going from an empty cup. And so screw all all the things that everybody else says you should be. Screw all the things that you tell yourself you should be, because you are perfect exactly where you are. You are whole and complete exactly as you are right now. And I want to invite you every morning when you wake up to tune back into your heart, tune back into those desires, to release those expectations of yourself, and ask yourself, how can you honor yourself with that rest today? And that might look different every day.
Try not to cry.
You don't have to try not to. Let those tears flow, let those emotions out, because when you hold on to them, we can't expand past those walls.
Oh my God. Oh.
Your body has all the wisdom.
Oh.
So I wanna, that cup of tea that you just drank, right? This rest and this nurture that your body is craving for and asking for, this pleasure. How can you find that throughout, in the little things throughout your day, in your sips of your warm tea, in the sunshine that shines through the window, in the feeling of your clothes on your body? And how can that fuel that rest that your heart is asking for?
Mm.
And as you're resting and nurturing your body, I want you to think about that little girl. And think about supporting her in those things that she needs and wants and desires. And I know that you know this. Our parents do the best that they can with the tools that they have. And it's up to us to reparent ourselves in the ways that we didn't receive. Show yourself that you can receive those things. You are worthy and deserving of all those things that that little girl did not receive. When you can start to fill those voids with the way that you show up right now and today, this stopping and restarting, and this comparison and this judgment and the guilt and the jealousy that you may have around these things, you'll notice that they're likely there because they're trying to keep filling that void. You are such a strong woman, not only for being here and for sharing what is true for you and coming up for you today, and also for asking for help, for seeking support, and for showing your face and speaking your voice today. And that's fucking powerful.
Thank you.
And so the way that you showed up here today, I want you to remind yourself every single morning, and if you need to go back and you need to watch this again, to remember the confidence and the strength and the power and the lack of judgment that you had in showing up exactly as you are right now, and that epic fucking top and that beautiful freaking hairdo. You showed up exactly as you are. And that,
Exactly. Thank you for this opportunity. I've been following you for a long time. I love your work. I love how you show up. I love how you have shared your most intimate, your like coming from your bouts of depression, your movement, your dance, your energy, all of it. And I I think I started following you during COVID.
I think we connected on
Yes,
Clubhouse.
yes, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I thank you.
You're very welcome.
When I woke up and I saw you, I said, oh, let me see what my friend up to today. Because you have your talks on Tuesday and or if that particular day, and I just thought, so thank you. Thank you. You are out here doing God's work, girl.
Just following my call. Um, I want you to remember again that power and that strength and the way that you showed up today, like fearlessly and unapologetically as you are right now, without comparison, without worry of what it might look like to others. And like, I don't know if you've been looking at, we've got our friend Beyond Coincidence in here. Like, she's just been hyping you up. You are not
Honey,
alone. You are absolutely beautiful.
beyond coincidence. Ashe, sister. Thank you.
So every morning, coming back, reminding yourself, checking in, asking what your body needs. Fuck the shoulds. Fuck the shoulds. Ask your heart, your body, what you need, right? And remembering the way that you showed up today, because you get to show up like this every single day, and it's a conscious choice that you get to make. The people that see you and are here to receive you, like me and the others in this chat today, like they're the ones that are going to be here, and they're going to support you as you walk forward along your path. And I always say that on social media, right? It's about like walking your path, not anybody else's, because no one else's path is ever going to look anything like yours. They are not you. You are so uniquely you. And if you need that reminder, you reach out to me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope that you honor yourself with that rest today, without judgment.
Yeah.
And remember to keep connecting with that heart, because your heart has the wisdom and it knows exactly what is right for you.
Okay. Thank you. Now, when I latch on to you, no, don't leave me.
Thank you for being here and for your honesty and for your vulnerability. It is so beautiful to witness. Thank you for allowing yourself to be witnessed, because that is such medicine. You say to me, I'm doing God's work. Look at you. You get to be a mirror and a reflection for every single person that has their eyes on this video. Thank you, sister. Please reach out to me. Let me know what's coming up for you. Let me know if there's anything that you're just resonating with, or any revelations that have come forth as we talked about some of the connections to this pattern today. Like, send me some voice notes, reach out. Like, I'm here to listen. I'm here to hold space for you. And if there's any way that I can be of support to you, I am here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will take today and rest in what just happened. I showed up.
You did. You showed up so beautifully and so powerfully.
Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sharia.
Okay.
We'll talk soon, my love, okay?
Okay. Right. I think.
Oh, so So beautiful that was, beyond coincidence. I don't know what your full name is, what your first name is, I should say, but thank you for just being present. For your presence here and supporting Cherie, and for your kind and beautiful words. I appreciate you so much. Taylor, thank you, Taylor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, I think that what what Shuri and I got to dive into there is something that a lot of people can resonate with. There are, for many of us, including myself, there are these patterns that exist because of what we did not receive from our parents. And Taylor wants to join, right? And being able to be with those patterns and see the roots of those patterns is what allows us to go deeper in our healing process and stop some of the things that might be coming up for us in our lives on a regular basis. Taylor wants to join us. We're going to let Taylor in.
Wow.
Hello.
That was
Welcome.
so healing. Like, wow. I just wanted to honestly honor you and give you so much praise for how you managed the flow of holding space. That was really, really special to witness, to use your word. And wow, I'm really, really grateful. I mean, there is so much power in vulnerability. There's so much power in connection. And truth be told, like we're all connected, we're all equal. And when we can like really lean into that equanimity, that like level playing field, take off the ego mask, get vulnerable, get honest with the man or woman in the mirror, it's God, that's where the growth happens. That's where the healing happens. And it's all cyclical, right? I mean, we're triggered by different things throughout the day, or we experience, times of restlessness or restfulness. And, for me to just even have this opportunity to reflect the love back to you and let you know, like you are doing the work, and it's really humbling to witness. So thank you.
Thank you for that reflection. I'm
Yeah.
very grateful for that. Um, Part of the reason why I started showing up and doing these lives is because I had a deep conversation with my roommate, and I was
Yeah.
like, Valerie, I was like, do you think that I show up authentically on social media the way that like you know me to be? And she's
Yeah.
like, honestly, she says yes, but I think one of the things that people don't see through the way that you show up is the way that you hold space for others.
Ooh. Amen to that. Amen to that. Like,
So
yeah.
thank you for that reflection. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's like sometimes it's so hard to see those blind spots. Sometimes it's
Whew.
so hard to see the areas where like
Yeah.
we are actually like holding ourselves back, but we can't even see that we're holding ourselves back, right? And I think that like you really highlighted that in your shares. Like sometimes we really need that reflection of another to actually
Mm.
see that what's just beyond the roadblock that we put there unconsciously.
You're exactly right. I mean, it's unbelievable, So many of us we get into this like sneaky trap of shame and self-loathing, right? Where it's like we have this doubt, we let this self-judgment creep in. And for me, like the most healing place to be in is what I call NJN. I mean, I'll just share everything right now. Like this non-judgmental neutrality. And when I can be neutral and set aside any opinion, surrender any judgment of self or others, I mean, that's where the true growth happens. And it's, you know, it's, you say blind spots, and I love that phrase. So many of us, we get caught in this judgment of, oh my gosh, I have these weaknesses. And, I like to reframe for my friends, for my loved ones that, yeah, like you can view it as weakness if you want, but what's empowering for me is to say, I have these areas of improvement where I am allocating more energy toward loving myself and loving others. Like I have areas of improvement. That's not based on anyone else's standards or metrics. That's just me, right? It's not a weakness based on someone else's strength, right? It's a area of improvement that I'm allocating more energy to healing, to love, to be a more pure reflection of God's love that is unconditional, right? I went live for the first time last night in a long time. I think it was the first time since like Thanksgiving. And, I've just really felt this like kind of reemergence, this reemerging energy in me. And I know that each and every one of us, we go through different seasons of life, different phases. And although it's still winter, in most of the world, most of the country, you could say, I'm feeling this early spring, if you could say this. So I just listening. I love what you mentioned, to bring it full circle, like listening to your body, not overexerting, not over giving, certainly loving self to pour from a full cup, but just the subtle shift of like getting away from the word weakness and just reframe it as an area of improvement or a blind spot, and knowing that I'm not perfect based on anyone else's metrics. However, I am whole, I am complete, and I'm perfect, made in his image, not him or her. It's the infinite intelligence that flows through me, that flows through you, that is reflected through these types of healing conversations. So you lit a fire under me today, and I just I had to come like show face and just tell you like thank you. Like thank you. Truly, thank you.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad that I could support that fire reignition within you.
That's
Like,
it.
even it started last night, like you were
Yeah.
already on it. You're like, I'm gonna go live again. Like,
It's like, let's ride this wave, and it's a reemergence. It's but it's also, and I didn't catch her first name, so I don't want to butcher it, but just the beautiful soul that was on here earlier. I mean, that's the work. And it doesn't have to be difficult, right? So many of us talk about the work like, okay, let's sit in a circle and sing Kumbaya and do all these like rituals, and it doesn't have to be overly structured or overly masculinated, because what we're trying to do is shift from that overly forceful energy into a more divine feminine, or just divine union of masculine feminine energy, into a more pure flow. And to see that healing unfold before me, I was just like, you said it, like you're looking at the comments. I mean, I was like y'all's number one cheerleader over here. So I just I'm really, really grateful. I'm really, really grateful to be, in this same vibrational frequency as you, and just to like honor it. And, in those times of rest, like rest is super important, right? Like that was really the message for her. I mean, what most of us like fail to recognize often, and it's an assumption, but it's my experience. Like what I fail to recognize often is, those moments where rest and relaxation is a vital, literally vital to life. Rest and relaxation, that R&R is vital to the recovery process of healing, to the recovery process of building muscle and growth, right? And it's we can convert these like these growing pains into muscle memory through these beautiful conversations, right? So I just I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful.
I'm grateful too. Yeah, I think like you highlighted a couple of really important things there. Like, first of all, like the rest, you in order to really lean into that rest and that nurturing, which society really programs us out of, right? Like we're taught to do, we're taught to accomplish, we're taught to be very in the masculine space and not so much in that feminine, like nurturing, receiving, restful space, right? And it does take conscious awareness to like recognize that. But we talked a little bit about the body awareness and being able to listen to your body. And when we're in so much of that masculine space, we actually lose that connection between our body, and we lose the ability to listen to that divine wisdom that our body holds, that's actually whispering, hey, like, you need some rest. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, literally, I got this new Fitbit, and it like I have a new relationship with sleep. But continue. Yeah, it's amazing.
And I feel one of my missions in the world is to really help people learn to reconnect with their body and learn to like use this beautiful freaking temple as their guiding force, right? Because if you're using your mind and the external factors as your guiding force, you're always going to find yourself misaligned, and you're going to find yourself starting and stopping, in my opinion, because you're actually not on the right path. But when you find yourself in the right space and on that right path that is in alignment with your values, and that's in alignment with what your body is asking for, and that wisdom within your body, you find that momentum, you find that reemergence, and you find that energy to keep moving forward.
Yes. And often it's so subtle, from like reframing our languaging to it can be, it's so subtle. I teach breathwork, and obviously I know you do yours as well, and just getting into more of a heart-centered space. I say dropping from the head to the heart. And just like you said, allowing the body to drive, like to trust oneself rather than, push or force forward. It's more of a falling back and a beautiful surrender. I think there's so much, you mentioned it in our capitalist economy, right? Like in our Western culture, there's like so many misnomers around the word surrender. And for me, surrender is one of the most like courageous and humble acts you can take in your life, right? So just it's more of a falling back. It's more of an open allowance. It's more of a flow than a force. And
And then
that's
being able to
where it's
know
at.
too, like not ignoring the mind and like completely coming away from it, but being able to observe it and recognize it, right? And
Use it
like
all together.
be
Yeah.
curious about it. It's like, what is my mind saying to me, and why is my mind saying this to me? Like, where did I learn how to have this dialogue in my mind? Like, where was I triggered, or where am I responding? What am I responding to for my mind to be here? And being able to also simultaneously drop into your heart and recognize, like, is my heart and my mind
Connected.
incoherent?
Bingo.
Right? And if they're not, why? Because this should be the driving factor. Energetically, your heart is what's going to move you forward. Your mind is what's going to keep you in alignment with that path that your heart is speaking. Right?
Amen. Amen. And yeah, wow.
Where in the world are you located, my friend?
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego, right? I say San Diego, so I'm usually I'm in Texas right now. So yeah, I've got family in Southern California. I've got family here in Texas, but I live in Texas. Yeah. What about you?
You live in Texas, but you're from San Diego. Cool. Nice. I was in Cali, SoCal for a while. I'm in just outside of Boulder, Colorado now.
Okay. Beautiful.
Chance I end up in Texas for the Eclipse Festival, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet.
I've had people talking about that recently, so I'm just like, man, it's probably like 3 hours from me. So I mean, it might be worth it. So
It's gonna be pretty epic. It's a pretty epic lineup. But
yeah, that's what I saw. I was like, it's almost overwhelming. I'm like, there's like, it's like too much. I'm like, wait, like, talk about the mind being scattered. Like, you need a recalibration there for sure. I'm just like, man, but yeah,
I'm really grateful.
I'm grateful. I like, right. I'm just like, thank you. I joked the other day. It's like, what if we just stripped away all of these words that we say, and the only thing that's ever verbalized, if we feel the need, is love and thanks.
Well,
I love you.
Those words are like so disempowering, right? It removes
they can
power.
be and distracting, because like, I'm big on writing, and obviously I can tell you are too, and it just, I feel like the semantics, and not to mention dialect, and just the different culture, there's so many different like meanings to words, right? So much gets lost in translation. You can talk about a text message that just like gets lost in translation, where we interpret things differently. And I agree with you, full circle, like feeling into the heart, feeling into a situation, using our intuition as our inner compass, and kind of getting out of our mind and setting down that victim mentality, setting down any aggression, like offense, also surrendering any defensiveness. I say this often, like, why be defensive when there's no offense? Like, just realize that we're on the same team and we're all wearing the same jersey. And I feel like when we can really feel into that, that's where the unity consciousness is. That's where I put in the comments earlier, like the peace that passeth all understanding. God's peace that passeth all understanding is not through the ego mind's need for understanding. It's through the heart's ability to open and to practice unconditional acceptance. And that's something I've been talking a lot about. Like, I don't know, I'm going to rewatch this. I highly recommend. Check out my live from last night. I think you'll really like it. I was literally, in a beautiful way, triggered. You could say lit on fire, reignited by a question at like 5 a.m. yesterday. Someone asked me, how do you harness the power of love? And it's such a loaded question as it relates to like the semantics around it, like harnessing. It's not, you don't control it, right? And the power, like, you don't do it for empowerment, but through surrender, we are empowered. And it's like, I don't know, check out my live. I don't want to like literally go through everything I just said, but it's I think you'll really like it.
Mm.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at
It
that.
sounds
Yeah.
awesome. I will check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like surrender is the thing, in my opinion, that is the vessel to freedom, that is the vessel to like finding and leading through your soul, right? Your heart, like being able to connect with your authentic self. Like if you cannot surrender to the conditioning, if you cannot surrender to what has happened in the past, if you cannot surrender to the chaos that happens in the present, and if you cannot surrender and continue to bring in the tools and the support systems that you need to, it's like I always have this like vision of like it's being grounded in the storm, right? Like being the center of the storm, like the eye of the storm,
Yeah.
where you're in that full
Mm.
surrender
Mm.
and everything is still happening around you.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I, I life is always going to continue to hand you circumstances that allow you to surrender even more deeply,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, again, that subtle shift. You said circumstances, not challenges.
No,
Yeah, it can be challenging in the moment, but circumstances or opportunities.
yeah.
Like it's a
Might feel
doorway.
challenging,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
lesson. It's a learning
It's
experience. It's an
temporary.
opportunity.
That's temporary. And
Yeah.
by the way, all of this is temporary. So like,
Oh,
why do we stress about any of it? I see a lot of friends, by the
I
way,
know. I
like
see so many people
so
hopping
like
in here.
so much love, like whether they're in and out, like just so much love. I see, Amber and all you others. I'm just so grateful for the power of love. I'm so grateful
Mm.
for this vibrational frequency that's really healing me. And I know that, you know, it's safe to assume like what works for you is going to work for at least one other person out there, and that's where it's like, yeah. And at times, like we feel that we're so unique and our situation is so like, so one of a kind. And I respectfully say, yeah, it is. We're 1 in 8 billion, but I promise you what you've thought, or at least the thought process or this, there's one other person on this planet who has been and is currently experiencing the exact same plot line as you. Now, different cast of
Yeah.
characters, different setting, but
Something similar,
you know what I
different,
mean? It's like
specific.
that's where making the connection is just, it's everything. And as my AirPods tell me I'm coming to a close here. I'm just really really grateful for you. I
Mm.
again like want to always lead and close with gratitude. Like no matter where you may find yourself, no matter where I may find myself, just knowing that we have the ability to enter that peace that passeth all understanding. We're able to surrender our ego mind's need or attachment to understanding and just open our hearts and try to practice unconditional acceptance. Like, let me love you now and question you later. And that's where I'm
Yeah.
at. Like, life's too short for anything other, period, point blank.
It is. All we have is the now. You never know what the future holds. But yeah, thank you so much for your
Anyway,
presence, for
yeah.
being here. I've greatly just like really loved the space that you were simultaneously holding as I was holding space.
I
And I
knew
was
you
just
could
like, I
feel it.
felt it.
I knew you could
I was
feel it.
like, yes,
You're
like so grateful
yeah,
that your
right. Yeah, he's
presence
holding it
was
down.
here.
He's holding it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I wasn't gonna jump on, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm reemerging, and I've got to say, I love you. I'm grateful for you, and that was just absolutely like beautiful. So thank
thank
you.
you for bearing witness. And I also would love to say, like, really enjoyed chatting with
Yeah,
you. I feel like there's a lot of things here that we could talk about. If you ever have any interest in popping into my
yeah.
podcast and having some more epic conversation, I would love to
Let's
have
do
you.
it. Yeah, let's definitely do it. You want to take 3 breaths with me real quick, and
Let's
then we'll,
fucking
we'll
do
sign
it.
off.
Let's
Cool.
do
Okay.
it.
So, yeah, we'll inhale through the nose, we'll exhale at the mouth. But before we do that, just close your eyes, get comfortable. Together, we will sync the energetics of the space. If you want to open your jaw, and allow for a nice audible sigh of relief. Yes, really just let it be, let it go, let it flow. Put down what you may be carrying from the day. We'll do that 2 more times. So open our jaw and exhale. As we allow this audible sigh of relief, we trick the mind. Better yet, we reassure the body that you are safe and you are exactly where you're meant to be. So one more time, open your jaw and exhale, let it all go. Together, let's inhale love through our nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that love in your heart. When ready, open your jaw and exhale a sense of peace. For 1, 2, 3, 4. On the turnaround, let's inhale joy through our nose. Remember that joy is simply unconditional happiness. So consciously choose happiness so much so that it naturally converts into joy. And when ready, open your jaw and exhale a sense of ease. On this third breath together, let's inhale a sense of calm. And remember that relaxation is your highest technique. Hold this calm in your heart. Hold it a little bit longer because you're stronger than you realize. Hold, 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 and hold, hold, hold. And when ready, open your jaw with a smile and exhale happy and free. Really extend that exhale to a breathless state and know that you are safe. May be happy, may be healthy, may be peaceful, may be free. Repeat after me in your mind. I am happy. Affirm that I am healthy. Remember that I am peaceful. And the creator of all creators has mastercrafted you to be free. Namaste. So much love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll connect soon.
Yeah, so much love. Shoot me a message. We'll talk soon. And hey, Rachel, long time no see. So much love. Rewatch this live. Go check out, not to self promote, but go for real. Like Leah, go check out my live from last night. I just I put it all out there, and it feels good to be back. I'll say that.
I love it.
So much
I will
love.
check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Taylor. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Have a good one. All right. Bye.
What a beautiful conversation today was. Cherie, Amber, Rachel, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you didn't catch the beginning of the live, I invite you to tune in. Cherie is still here with us. She very beautifully allowed me to hold space for her and guide her through a beautiful process of realization, of releasing, of space holding, and all coming back to the mother wound, which many of us have and many of us hold. So just invite you to tune back in, and would love to hear your reflections if it brought anything up for you. And if you are here, I would love to connect with you. Send me a message, say hello, let me know how this live and this conversation influenced and impacted you today. Amber, we'll have to connect. I see you here. Thank you for tuning in, for watching. It was wonderful having Taylor's breath to guide us back home. And I hope that you tune into your body and to your heart and to the wisdom that your body holds today, and ask yourself, your body, what is it that you need today? Remember, your body holds all the wisdom for you. I am sending you so much love, so much joy, so much abundance, so much gratitude. I am here every Thursday at 12 Mountain Standard Time. Please come join me, hop into my live. Let's have an epic conversation and continue to share this magic with the world around us. I love you. We'll talk soon.